So in this video we're just going over some troubleshooting with the Eclipse Lumiere. Now one of the main things is that we want to make sure that these are always wound off before we try and adjust this panel here. Now if these aren't wound off and you kind of yank on that, it will break the fitting inside this treatment head here and we'll need to get it back to us to repair. So just making sure you're winding both of those off before you're adjusting the head. Now also just making sure that your bolts are all tight before you go to use the machine after assembly, and making sure your plugs are all nice and tight at the back of the machine here. Now if the machine doesn't turn on for any reason, check the big red emergency stop on the front, make sure that is rotated clockwise and clicked out, and then there is a circuit breaker on the back. So if the machine doesn't turn on, check the circuit breaker at the back and make sure it is flicked up, and then obviously check the power at the wall as well. So in terms of power supply, just the standard 20 amp or 15 to 20 amp power socket is fine. Just making sure that there's nothing else plugged into the same power socket, like wax pots or oil bar heaters or anything like that. So there's no real maintenance with the Lumiere. That's one of the beauties with this machine. The LEDs we rate to 60,000 hours, so that's going to outdo most of us. But in terms of replacing parts, there's no maintenance or replacement parts needed on this machine. So one of the other things is just keeping any moisture away from the tops of the panels here. They are open circuit boards inside here, so making sure there's no moisture around the tops of the panels. And then just making sure that the machine's always wheeled away from the bed when the client's hopping off. So we don't want the client kicking the main head or anything like that. And then so also just making sure if you have the head raised right up high, that it is a little bit top heavy. So just keeping in mind that if you're running over a cable or going from lino to carpet, for example. So other than that, if you have any troubles at all, by all means, you can call us at any time or reach us on email.